Hello, everybody. Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. We'll see who comes on. There's a lot of cool stuff to talk about, kind of reflective today. Spirit is very reflective. Kind of has a shield, not a shield, I shouldn't say the shield. Kind of a veil down today. Yep. So we'll see. We will see what it is. Hey, Kathy, how's it going? Happy New Year. Let's see if anybody's around today. I didn't even think about that. It'd be a New Year's Eve and everything. So we'll see. Yeah, it's a great week, isn't it? Hey, Amanda, how are you? This week is good. I'm looking forward to it being better, right? Better and better and better. Yeah. Hey, Carson. Hi, Susan. How's everybody doing? Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Amanda. Yeah. Need to turn the heat up, I think, in my house. A little chilly. A little chilly. Yes, things are good. I keep thinking today's Saturday. So, it's kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Lee's home, and so that's kind of different. And I put him in the bedroom. So, yeah. A house is happening. Congratulations. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Happy New Year. Good job, Catherine. Good job. Spirit knows. You know, gotta hand it to them. They know everything. They know everything. Yep. 2021 is going to be great. We're going to talk about that. Yep. Yeah. So it's going to be a messy weekend tomorrow, right? Be a messy day with the freezing rain. So get what you got to get now. You don't want to be out in it tomorrow. I think it's happening tonight too, I think. I'm not sure. I forget. I think it's tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure. So, yeah. So we'll see who else pops on. If anybody does. Amanda's getting lots of positive messages, so that's awesome. Hey, Otis. Happy New Year. Yeah, Amanda, that's good that you're getting positive messages. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's going to be... 2021 is going to be different for everybody. I'm almost positive of that. You know, it's going to be a rebirth, Spirit just said. Yeah, it's going to be a rebirth for all of us. Catherine asked if the markets are going to do well. Yes. Because they're going to be very, very bullish about the future, especially once the survival money starts getting in the pipeline. They're not stimulus checks. It's survival checks for a lot of people. A lot of people. So, yeah, everything's going to be fine. All we got to worry about, and we'll talk about this too, is the upsets, from the other side. So yeah. So I guess we'll start, he wants to, with that. Kind of interesting, right? Chimes are going, you can hear that, we're right. They've been quiet most of the day. So, of course, during Coaching for the Soul, everybody's here. Okay, so, Happy New Year, everybody, okay? And, hey, Vic. And first off, he wants to start about with reflection, okay? Like I was saying at the beginning, before anybody really popped on, that there's kind of a veil down today. It's kind of very strange. I did a couple readings today, and they were pretty hard There wasn't a whole lot of energy moving and grooving and stuff like that. So I asked Spirit what that was, and it's, oh, it's the veil to the future, okay? That today we're veiled, that's never happened to me before, right? Where I can't see and he's not showing me things, right? So, because today's about reflection, he says, okay? We've all had a really, really tough year, right? And understanding that it's going to be so much better as we cross into 2021, okay? But he wants everybody to look back and see what they overcame, okay? Including myself, right? I mean, all of us. Hey, Ruth. To look back and see all that we overcame, that we survived, right? We're still alive. We're still going, and to understand that it wasn't a test; it was real. Okay, that the 12 months that we just went through, especially the last 9 months, were extremely difficult for everybody with the pandemic and things like that, and doing things that most of our souls never had to go through before. Okay, so because we haven't had a pandemic in 100 years, right? And then it was so much different, and I want everybody to understand that. And Spirit is a firm believer in that. That the people that try to compare this pandemic to the last pandemic, we're like future forward compared to 1918, right? And all the things that we have, and all the things that we expect, and all the things that we live with every day, right? This pandemic and the whole COVID-19 was to get rid of people's routine, okay? Have them look and see what they have, look and see what they don't have with our families and also with ourselves, right? Understanding that we can't change what's going on ourselves. We have to do it. Spirit says the laws of nature have to change it for us, right? With the vaccines and things like that. But it's about reflection. It's about understanding. Hey, Ramona, understanding who we are and who we want to become. The parts of us that were like, okay, that doesn't serve me anymore. I need to move forward. How do I do that? I have the time because I'm working from home to look for resources. Right? I mean, on the internet, all kinds of things like that. So it is very, very, very important that that all of us take that and look back and and Spirit says not really make sense, right? Just acknowledge it. Acknowledge it that you're not as weak as you believed you were at the beginning of this thing, right? That, oh my God, what are we going to do? Oh my God, what are we going to do? And for some people, guys, I will be honest with you, it's been very, very difficult financially. There's many, many people that don't have enough food, right? And thank God I do. I'm blessed. I give anytime that I can, right, to the food banks and things like that, to other charities, because the need is so great, okay? And understanding that those of us that have, we have to take care of those who do not have. And thank God for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, okay? That, good segue, right? Is looking forward with that administration and with the change of energy in our country, and how is there definitely a break between the country? Yes, but it's also it shows the differences, right? And it shows the lying, and it shows all the things that we used to just blow off and think, okay, whatever, for the past 4 years, right? That we never thought. I mean, I'll be honest, I never thought ever that our Constitution would be challenged. I never even thought about it because I didn't think we had to, right? Well, the past 4 years, and we have another 3 weeks, which nothing's going to work. I mean, it's all going to be put into motion. It's just shows that it can happen, right? The next challenge might actually happen in 10 years, 20 years, right? So we have to strengthen ourselves. We have to understand that we have to take care of people. The country, the government has to take care of folks, okay? It's no longer the haves and the have-nots. It can't be, okay? It just can't. And when those forces start to rear their ugly heads, because they will, there's an election in 2 more years, okay? Which Spirit says we'll be fine through, right? Right? That very little will change. But if you pay attention and you understand that the United States is the global leader, okay, in economy, in money, right, in technology, in all the things that the world needs, we're the calming force, okay. So, and with our culture, if you look back at our culture for the past 30 years, right, it's 2 steps forward, 1 back. 3 steps forward, 1 back. 4 steps forward, 2 back. So we're always ebb and flow. Hey, Suzanne, right? So we have to understand not to take the, hey, Angie, not to worry too much about, I will be fine in 2022. And I know we'll be fine in 2024, okay? Where we can kind of set a stage for the future of taking care of folks, right? Of understanding that no one in America should be hungry, ever, or homeless, ever. Should never happen, okay? And understanding that it's our job as human beings and also as Americans, right? And that has not been our philosophy for a very, very, very long time. It's been the haves and the have-nots, and the haves keep getting more, and the have-nots keep getting less, okay? And so Spirit wants to assure everybody that the energy has already shifted, okay? That, hey, Michelle, that you can all rest assured. Will it be tough? Yes, because change is tough, right? Change is tough in all of us. I mean, anybody who wants to change, I know. Spirit says it's kind of like the Titanic, right? It can't just swerve to miss the iceberg like we can in our cars, right? It's a slow pull, he says, a slow pull, and it's true. It's true, right? Because we have forces in our country who believe that Americans don't expect, that Americans don't need, and that's a lie. That's a lie. And as we go into 4th dimensional energy, right? As we go from this mucky 3rd dimensional energy that we've been in for 12,000 years, okay? So most of our souls, right, have been in this energy our entire existence on the planet. Now all of a sudden, as we find a new and improved us, right? As we're challenged to understand that it's not just me on the planet or in the United States or in Metro Detroit or any place that you're at, right? It's all of us. And we have to work together to be successful, right? Because, I know, he says, because as the energy shifts even more into 4th dimensional energy, right? As we start to think differently, as we start to feel differently, as we start to connect differently, right? Much easier. As he says, as we're lifted out of the 3rd dimensional muck, right? The mud, the grossness, right? Which most of us are up to our knees in, at least, right? I mean, some of us, I'm blessed that in a short amount of time, I've been able, with Spirit, right? I could not do it myself, but being lifted out of that where it's up around my ankles, right? And I do not want to go backwards. I do not want to go back into the 3rd dimensional energy, into that muck, because it doesn't serve me, and I know that, right? So as we all get lifted, and those who do not get lifted get challenged, okay? We have to understand as a collective, right? That we have to help them up. They may not want our help, right? But there will be plenty that will. Hello, Mercy. Happy New Year. And so we have to be the ones who put a hand down, right? Cautiously, right? Because as we go into 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, okay? Guys, it's only 4 years away, right? It's not that long, right? Time goes so fast. It goes so fast and so fast and so fast. But what we have to understand is that we have to stay conscious, and we know that there's evil forces in the country, because there is, and there's no better word to say that. But when I say evil, it is just the fact that there are people in the country that don't believe in the country. Okay, they don't believe in the country. They believe in what the country was, Well, that's not going to happen. Again, ebb and flow, right? Good and bad. Good always wins. I mean, it always wins. It may take time, but it's always going to win. So as we go forward into 21, and I'm going to tell you, get vaccinated if you get the chance. Okay, get your vaccination. Tomorrow's January the 1st, and we've got 3.5 months till spring. Okay, that's not that long. Right? It's not that long. So we weather the winter and we come out, and from what Spirit told me, it's going to be an early spring, okay? Because COVID needs to start to wane, right? And just as Spirit predicted in these Coaching for the Souls, when he said that the virus is mutating into something different, okay? To a stronger virus. Britain, and then Colorado just this week, and then California this week. Okay, so it's mutating because viruses are organisms that need to change to live, and it knows that. It's just viruses just amaze me, right? But we're smarter than that. Okay. So again, the energy is different, right? This is here to make us change, to make us understand what's real, what's not real. And there's people that don't believe any of it is real, okay? But when there's big, huge cooler trunks behind hospitals because they have no place to put dead people, kind of tells you that it's not a farce, that it's not fake, you know? And I feel sorry for the people that believed that it was. Hi, Jody. And either got really sick or that passed away. But again, with Spirit being my being, right, with who I am, I understand it's their soul journey. It is meant to teach their family what to believe, what not to believe, things like that. And we're going to have a lot of that, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. For the next couple of years, we're going to have the forces of good and evil battling each other, Spirit says, going back and forth. Who do we believe? Who do we believe? Who do we believe? Okay? Well, Papa Joe's, you believe in Papa Joe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'm telling you, when I told people that he was going to win, and from Spirit, right? Not Bill, but from Spirit, they're like, there's no way. I'm telling you, he's the savior of the world, of the planet. Okay? And believe that or not, he is not just a bridge. I know. Spirit says now he is not only the bridge to the future, but he's also the bridge of humanity. Okay? Of again, good and evil, right? Because good won. Right? Evil didn't win. The one thing the Spirit wants to make sure, and again, I testified to this in Coaching for the Souls in the past 9 months, is the fact that there will be bombings in the country. Okay? Detroit will not have bombings. We're blessed with that. But they will go up and down the East Coast. New York, Washington State, Miami, Dallas, Houston, LA, San Francisco, Chicago, and Spokane. Okay? He says they will not be big bombings, but they're meant to terrorize. Okay? They're meant to scare people into believing one side over the other. Okay? So again, we want to make sure that we're focused on the fact that that's just the last throes of the past. Hey, Mary, how are you? And understanding that that's not our future, okay? But America is going through its transformation, right? As we are, as human beings, right? We're reaching for a higher consciousness. We're reaching for more control over our thoughts, our consciousness, right? And being as conscious as possible, and actually understand with our spirit guides' help, right? With all of our guides' help, and asking them for things, right? For asking them for answers, Spirit says, asking them for knowledge, asking them if something's true or not. Okay, they're there to help you, but you're always going to have, between forces of good and evil, you're always going to have even through history, right? How long did it take America to become America, right? I mean, 1776 with the war, then the War of 1812 with England. I mean, hell, that was 35 years later, 37 years later, right? From Independence Day. So our young nation didn't just happen, right? So the same thing with this. Anything that is good change is going to take time, and there's going to be people who will revolt against that change. Okay. I think that Susan said, when will this happen? They'll start probably, Happy New Year, Mary. Inauguration Day, there will be something happen in Washington D.C. Okay, it may not be big, right? But we know there's going to be a protest, and we know that Trump is flying back to Washington on Thursday morning to what he believes it will be his triumph, but it is not. It is his solid defeat. Okay, so. Interesting. I've never even had this conversation with Spirit before. He's prepared to be on the back of a truck with security, like domestic terrorist security. Spirit showing me, like the Proud Boys and stuff like that, and him being the conquering hero who stays in power. Well, that's not going to happen. Okay, his dreams will be shattered. Spirit says his beliefs will be shattered, and Spirit says it's nothing to be afraid of. The country will go on. The country is stronger from the last 4 years, and then what the country has to do is decide what to do with those types of people, right? And he uses this as an example. Saudi Arabia, okay? They still have terrorists, 9/11, right? So they're still inside their ranks. They're still inside Saudi Arabia, and they don't deal with them. Well, I know from Spirit that our country will, okay? And it will be a leveling of us getting to the point where things become more level, but good wins over evil. Spirit has showed me like a chart of it being like this at the moment, but after 6, 9, 12 months, it'll be like this. This is the good, okay? Because they'll have to do something. Hey, Laura, Happy New Year. So the government, trust me, Spirit has already told me this weeks ago. There's already plans to take care of all those types of things. Joe Biden is not going in on a whim. Okay. So it is understanding that he's not going in without knowing. Right. Got plenty of experts, plenty of science, plenty of everything. So it's going to help all of us. It's going to help us. But Spirit says it's going to take us time to calm down. Okay, it's going to take us time to feel safe again. It's going to take time for us to somewhat get back to normal. Okay, but understanding that the experience that we've just had over the past 8, 9, 10, 12 months is always going to be there, right? It's understanding that we have to live with the virus, and because they don't know how the vaccinations are going to happen, right? And how long if it's going to stay. If it's gonna take care of you forever, like polio and chicken pox and things like that, again, it's something new, and we have to understand that, right, guys? There's not all the answers. There's not all the answers yet. At least with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and a government that we can believe in, we can actually believe what they're telling us. Okay, they're like Joe Biden says, "I'm never going to lie to you at all, ever," right? And that's because he is who he is. Okay. And so, thank you, Catherine. So understanding that, do not be afraid of the bombings and things like that, because they're definitely going to happen. There might be some little ones here and there for renegades and things like that, but it's not going to be anything. It's not going to be anything horrific. And Spirit wants me to talk about Nashville. Okay, if that person meant to kill lots of people, he would have. He was just sending a signal because he needed something. He needed attention, and no one would listen to him. Okay, even the police wouldn't listen to his girlfriend or his wife, who was she told them that he was building bombs in his trailer, right? In his Say hi, Tracy, right? So again, there's places in the country who they don't take things true. They think, yeah, okay, whatever, until something happens. And America's always been a reactive society, guys. And that will change as we move into the fourth dimension, okay? There's no stopping the future. There's no stopping fourth dimension. There's no stopping any of that. It is best to do the best that you can to level up your energy. Okay. He also says making sure that when things get back to being good, like last summer, that we do not forget where we came from. Okay. Because what will happen, guys? I'm telling you this. You know your spirit guides. You know your guardian angels. You know the universe, right? They're gonna put a wall in front of you if you're not paying attention. Okay, if we just came out of this trial situation and we triumphed, right? I mean, we triumphed, right? And we're moving into 2021, and then spring is close, and then summer comes and it's nice. We have a tendency to go, okay, great. We no longer work on ourselves until something else happens to us, right? Because we think, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna enjoy this. Well, that's fine and dandy. Hi, Ann. It's great to do that, but you also want to make sure, guys, that you keep your connection with your guide strong. Again, guys, talk out loud. I don't know how many people I've talked to in the last 2 weeks that I've talked to in the past. Well, I kind of stopped that. You can't stop that. You have to express what you have got, good or bad. You've got to express it to the universe. You have to get it out of your body and express it to the spirit guides, your guardian angels, the universe, so that they can help you, right? You're not going to figure out anything in your freaking head. It's not going to happen, okay? I'm trying to figure out what I would do in the future. No, spirit. I need you to help me with this. That's what it's all about, right? Love. Spirit, I need you to help me with this love thing that I got going on. I don't have anybody. I need you to bring me somebody. And you give them a list of 6 or 7 things that are important to you. And it's not like, I want him to love me. I want him to, no. He needs to be whatever race you want, right? And don't say, well, it doesn't matter. Because trust me, they will bring you a dwarf that is everything on your list. Well, I'm not really attracted to that. Well, you didn't say that you weren't attracted to that. So he's got everything that you want. You go, well, sorry, but he's here now, or she's here now. See? So you really have to be specific on what you want when it comes to a partner, right? Or a job, right? Because again, if you, I know, Spirit says many, many times they will get requests of people, just find me a job. Well, McDonald's is hiring. So is Wendy's, right? So is Kroger, right? Well, I don't want to. Well, then what do you want to do? And the reason that they want you to be specific, you guys, is to understand your direction, understand how it works. That because you can't just be fly by night. I'll take whatever I get. Well, that's not going to happen because you're not going to be happy. You're going to say, well, that really didn't work, Bill. Well, you didn't really tell them what you wanted, right? So it's very, very important. Again, all the things we've talked about in the last 12 months, I've Coaching for the Soul, right? Is making sure that you are specific on what you want, okay? And you can't just say, I just want to be happy. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means, I want to be happy inside. Well, how's it going inside of you? What's inside of there, right? How much love is inside of you? How much hate is inside of you? How much anger is inside of you? How much accountability is inside of you? How much drama is inside of you, right? Right? How much decision, how much consciousness is inside of you? It's very complicated, but it's not, right? It's not. Love, hate, for ourselves, right? Do you love yourself or not? What does that mean, right? And unless you are able to sit with yourself quietly and say, okay, Spirit, I don't understand what that really means, right? It means being able to look in the mirror and no matter how your day is going, tell yourself how fabulous you are. Or, you know what? I really need to work on that right there. I think, Spirit, that's probably the thing I need to work on next, but in a way that isn't emotional, right? If you got the emotion in your body and you're sad, Spirit, I'm sad, I need you to help me with this, right? Those three fingers. Spirit, I need you to help me with this. Help me with this, Spirit. Palm on your right breast or your right pec. Those three fingers on your sternum, and you talk. Oh, I need you to take this energy away, Spirit. It's not mine. I need you to help me heal my heart. I need you to help me take that energy from around my heart, whatever it is. I'm telling you guys, they will do it. Why? Because you're tapping and your hand is on your heart. See? These little teeny things that you can do that will actually help in the process. And then many, many times as you go through those situations, those processes, right? Don't have to do this anymore. Say, okay, Spirit, what's going on with my heart? I need you to take that energy away. Disappears. Okay? There's something going on that you need to be healed, right? You learn that at first you call on Archangel Raphael and you close your eyes and you imagine Archangel Raphael and his emerald green energy, healing energy, right? And you place it around you, or you place it where you want to be healed, and you talk to him. Please help me by healing, the break in my arm, or right, or whatever's going on with you, right? And you imagine that. What happens is the more that you use that, the more that you use it for yourself, the easier it is for them to help you. Okay, where in the future you'll be able to go, okay, Archangel Raphael, I need you to surround me with divine white light, and I need you to help me with my eyesight. I need you to, I've got this stuff going on, and I need you to just sometimes you don't even have to close your eyes to imagine it. Once you get in there and do it, once it becomes practice to ask for them. Hey, Paul, Happy New Year, right? And that helps also. And then Amanda just says, Steve Noble Guided Meditations. I'm telling you guys, I had a woman that I talked to yesterday who's from Ohio, and she's an older woman, lost her husband about a year ago, and she did the anxiety and fear meditation, and she did the emotional healing meditation, and she's probably in her late 60s, and she's like, I can't believe how much they helped me. I can't believe, because again, she's a Muggle, right? She's a Muggle. She doesn't. She's never done any of that before in her life, and she has a friend who's again one of my dear clients, who's wonderful, and they're friends. Yeah. So one client talks to another woman, the client that I talked to yesterday, and second time I've talked to her, and yeah, that's how it works, right? Because I'm telling you, Steve Noble Guided Meditations, all you have to do is learn how to meditate, and it's just about breathing. Getting yourself lightheaded so that you leave your body, and then your guides, your spirit guide, your guardian angels, the universe, come in and clear off your outer body, right? Of all that energy that does not serve you at all, that you've attracted, right? Those big old clumps of junk, gooey black junk. And as you're up there, they clean out the inside of you as much as they possibly can in a short amount of time. And they activate DNA that's inside your body that you've already been downloaded, either when you were born or throughout your life. When your ears are ringing, especially when your right ear is ringing, see? And then you're done with that after 33 minutes or 37 minutes or 43 minutes, whatever it is. And you come back to your body, as Steve says, and you kind of open up your eyes and you become centered. And you're either like, holy moly, right? Because you're exhausted, right? Hey, Michelle. Right? So it is again, the tools that you have available to you, and understanding that they have to be habit, that they have to be one thing. I know. Spirit says, like the bad things are habit, got to make the good things the habit, right? To get rid of the bad things. And guided meditations, I'm telling you guys, it is amazing what they do for you. It is amazing because you don't have to do nothing but breathe and picture in your mind's eye in your head, right? And do it and keep up and just imagine what Steve is saying and just listen to what he's saying. And you just have to listen to what he's saying. And as you're listening, he just kind of like, it's like, what the hell is that? How does that happen? That's how it works. Jim, Bob, Marissa, how you doing? And so again, that is one more tool, right? Right? And once you get into a meditation schedule, right? I mean, I had to do it, guys, twice a week. Okay? I tell people all the time, the schedule that Spirit gave to me, I give it to other people. And if you do that for 5 weeks, right, you're going to be hungry for more. Okay? You're going to be hungry for more cleansing, for more nurturing, for more information, for more everything. For more everything. Because you're going to have great Tuesdays and good Fridays, right? And you want more of those Tuesdays and Fridays. I want them to be every day. And I'm blessed with the fact that my days are pretty much like that now. But they weren't a year ago. Tell you what, guys, no. At the end of January 2019, I was a freaking mess. I was a mess. Didn't know what to do, didn't know how to get there. I was in the middle of my transition. I didn't know. I didn't know. See? And it's so important, you guys, that you just understand. Spirit just said, because it's medicine, right? It's medicine to heal you without you even knowing it. But human has to do it. They have to sit in a chair, put their feet on the ground. Do not lay in bed, please. Sit in the chair, feet on the ground, hands in your lap with your palms up, and just freaking listen. Put your buds in and listen. Follow as much as you can and just listen. Close your eyes, right? Let them take you and breathe deeply. Breathe deeply in, exhale by elongating it, right? Make yourself lightheaded. And I'm telling you guys, because Stephen said of all those meditations, about halfway through, he says, breathe. And you go, because he knows you're starting to come down because you're human. You're starting to get into a natural breath, natural breathing, right? So he says, breathe, and you go, and it goes right back up like a helium balloon, right? That's what it's about. Because trust me, okay, here we are. If I can have everybody do that I know, they'd all be on the right track. They'd make time for themselves. They'd make time for themselves to heal. They'd make time for themselves to love themselves, right? And to love their children differently, and to love their spouses differently, and just love life, right? It's not always easy. It's not always, it's not supposed to be easy, right? I said to somebody the other day, I said, if we could be on autopilot in our entire lives, then why are we here? Why? That's not what it's about. Hey, Annette, our souls are here for a reason, right? The soul journey. Knows the day you're born, the day you're going to die, and all the chapters in between, right? Human doesn't know that. But as you ascend, right? As you get to the point in your ascension, in your knowing, right? In your balance, you can understand where you're going. So when things come to you, you go, yes, that's mine. And you grab it out of the air and you go, oh, that's mine. I own that, right? And when things come that are not yours any longer, because you're not that person anymore, you dodge and go, no, I just saved myself of that trouble. Right? Because you know. See? But if I know. Spirit says, but if you don't give yourself a chance, if you don't allow yourself to learn, if you don't allow yourself to change, if you don't allow yourself to get out of your routine, then you're going to be stuck with them poor suckers in third dimensional energy in 2 or 3 years that are in the muck up to their freaking butts. And everybody else is moving forward, right? The energy on the earth is different. Things are changing left and right? The people who are starting to ascend will actually understand themselves better than they did 2-3 years ago, right? Because they took the time and the effort to frickin' sit down and do a meditation twice a week, right? Talking to Spirit out loud, right? I mean, all those kinds of things. You have to talk out loud. You have to get that energy out of your body, that question, to understand and then to receive the answer. Hey, Stacey Casey, Happy New Year, right? Right? And that's what it's all, and again, guys, that's what it's all about. Because when you do that, you find more balance. And then everything starts to come naturally. And then when something that doesn't feel natural comes to you from spirit, you go, oh no, that's not mine, go away. Nope, I'm not playing that game anymore, that's not who I am. Spirit, that's not who I am anymore. Thank you though, right? Because they're always going to test you. They're always going to test you. I mean, I had conversation with Spirit. I think I mentioned this before. And he said, you're going to do this till the day you drop dead. So deal with it. Really? Don't you get a retirement? He says, no. You're not here to have a retirement. You're not here to have the last, he's laughing right now, the last chapters of my life be boring. Okay. But where I'm at now, right? Right? See? So again, understanding that, okay, that's fine. I don't have a choice because it's going to happen anyway. So I can either deal with it, right? Not going to do any good to fight it. It's 25 years away. I think maybe 30 years away. A long time. Not really, right? The first 60 years went really fast. But I think back to just 7 years ago when I left my job after 37 years and how much I've changed in the last year and a half, 2 years, right? How much I've ascended, how different I am, right? And how the first 5 years were a pain in my ass. Just constant change, constant nothing moving forward, nothing changing. Money and the ups and downs of that, and energy, ups and downs of that, and doubt, ups and downs of that. Being a 57, 58, 59-year-old man who's used to being in charge of his life, and all of a sudden I'm giving it over to something that I can't see, right? I know it's there, and I have to trust, and I have trusted, and that's the difference, guys. It's about trust. Hey, Jeffrey, right? It's about trust. Knowing that they're always going to take care of you, that they're always going to make sure that you're never harmed. They're always going to make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Now, that may not be what human wants, right? Or I'd be sitting in Maui right now in my brand new house, but I'm not. I'm still in Metro Detroit, still in Sterling Heights, right? I was told that 3 years ago, right? But I had to learn in those 3 years that it's not me. It's them. They're going to take me when they're ready. And I have no control of that. All I can do is make sure that I'm doing the best that I can to be ascended, right? Chimes, right? To do my meditations. I was a fool the other day, and I will tell you that I was a fool. That on Tuesday, I did 2 meditations on top of each other, and I know not to do that, and I'm still regretting it because I'm exhausted. Hey, Cindy, right? So it is the one of those things of, I did a clearing meditation because I hadn't meditated in a week, and I wanted to do the new Steve Noble Palladian meditation. So I did that on top of it. Wrong. And I know not to do that, right? I know not to do that. But my human Bill, right? I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that meditation, so I'm going to do that I'll be fine. No, dummy. What was I thinking? I'm still trying to recover from that, right? And that's not the way that it works, but sometimes I'm my worst enemy, just like everybody else, because I'm human. And I forgave myself for that. I'm like, Bill, stop beating yourself up because you just did it and you can't change it. So, dude, get over it. Okay. But I'm still exhausted, I'm still hungry, and I don't know what to eat, and blah, 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 right? Right? It happens with all of us. But when we wind it back in sooner, that's what it's all about. Knowing ourselves, right? Understanding who we are, right? Understanding. And the more that you learn about yourself, again, by talking out loud to your spirit guides, your guardian angels, you can learn so freaking much, it's crazy. Because you'll say something, you go, I really feel like that? That's amazing. Hey, Kathy. And again, it's what happens. That's why Spirit wants you to talk out loud, so you can hear yourself think, right? It's true. But you're also putting it out to the universe, and you may say something and go, oh my God, I can't believe that I think like that. Yeah, Because ego has all that stuff hidden, right? In the shadows. Yeah. Doesn't serve you, but it'll hide everything that it possibly can. See? That's not what this journey is about. Especially going into this next decade. Not at all. Not at all. And again, I would rather have you do it on your own time, right? Than have you be faced with crisis or something negative, right? Have you go, oh my God, for the last year and a half, I should have done those meditations. I would have known exactly that was going to happen, or whatever it might be. And Spirit says that's not a scare tactic at all. That is just chimes. It's just reality, right? Because like Spirit said before, that when we start going into better energy in the spring and the summer, right? Human is a creature of habit. And they'll get back in that freaking canal with that water flowing, and they'll be like, yep. And then there'll be a curve in the canal. We'll be like, well, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't think that water was going to curve that way. Oh my God, It's always going to curve, right? The stream is always going to go like this. It's never going to go straight forever. And I use that analogy because water's emotion, water's love, right? That's what we live on. It's energy too. It flows forward, right? Yeah. See? He said, if you're in a boat or not, it doesn't matter. The stream, the canal is still going to go right or go left. And you didn't expect it because you believed it was going to go straight. Understanding that there's always going to be bends in the road. Always going to be things that come up. It just depends on how adaptive you are to take care of things like that. Because you love yourself, because you know yourself, because you know it. And then when you navigate it properly, you go, God dang, you're amazing. You are freaking amazing. Right? And that's what it's all, and that's what it's all about. See? The more props you give yourself, that's self-love. That's love. Right? Right? It's not about the way you look, although the way you look is important to a lot of people, including yourself, if you believe that you are okay. Right? In fact, my cousin on my mom's side last weekend sent me a text and said, oh my gosh, Billy, you look so much like your dad. I came across your Facebook page and I saw your profile picture and he says, it's crazy how much you look like your dad. I'm like, yeah, no one ever thought I'd look like my dad because I'm, look more, like my mom's side, right? And I do look like my dad with my hair, the way my head is shaped, my glasses, just the way the way it is. And I had to learn how to like that, right? I had to learn how to love the way I look because I come from a very beautiful family, right? A very beautiful family, beautiful brothers, beautiful sister, and I was the odd duck. I've always been the odd duck, right? And I was okay with that most of my life, I thought, until I grew up, and I had to look, and I had to look at myself, right? And people would say, "Well, I can see that you look like your brother and sister in the eyes, but I don't see. It's weird. You just don't look like your family." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." But now the older I get, because I'm a Capricorn, right? Capricorns get better looking with age. They get more balanced with age. They get more personality with age. They get, everything happens to Capricorn after 40 years old. It's true. See? They have nice long lives, thank God, right? So with everybody, the time is now to start. The time is now to make sure that you have a plan, right? That you're going to continue to talk out loud to your spirit guides, your guardian angels, and don't let anybody stop you, ever. Ever, 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 ever. In fact, I had a conversation with a young man on Tuesday who I had talked to probably 6 months ago, and he was in distress and with his girlfriend and this whole stuff that going, and everything the Spirit said to him, he was like, "No, Bill, I don't see that. No, Bill, I don't see that. No, Bill, I don't see that, Bill." I said, "Okay, I'm just telling you what Spirit is telling me. I'm just channeling for you. These are what your guides are saying. This is your future." And I talked to him, like I said, Tuesday. Totally different young man. Totally different young man. talks out loud, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And Bill, I can't believe how much that helps. Trust me, it helps. It's hard to still in distress because it was a longer relationship, right? Girlfriend left. But again, understand, guys, when things like that happen, it's supposed to happen. He blamed himself. What could I have done differently? No. You got to back that train up, dude, because that's not the way it works. Okay, a relationship is a partnership, right? And it's a partnership for a little bit, partnership for a long bit, partnership for a lifetime. Okay, and many times I come and go to teach you something, right? To learn how not to beat yourself up, how to learn that all the universe did was break something up that was not supposed to be together forever. Understand that. And if you are smart and you look back at, well, there was a red flag, there was a red flag, there was a red flag. Yeah, I was too quiet. I didn't say how I felt. That happens for a lot of men. Women too. But the way the dynamic is, between men and women, the women run the relationship usually, especially when there's children involved. Okay, so it's just the way that it's supposed to be. Is there an exception? Of course there is, right? Of course there is, but it's about being free to tell the people how you feel. That is what everyone needs to have, and you can't get that unless you get rid of all the other junk that you've learned from your parents that was bullshit, right? And all the stuff society taught you, which is bullshit, right? And understanding that the brand new day is coming. You're going to be challenged to let the past go, to get rid of everything that no longer serves you, if you know it or not. And when things come up that no longer serve you, you let it go instead of trying to hang on to people who aren't not supposed to be in your life anymore. Right? Well, she's been in my life since high school or elementary school. That's great. Bye. You're going to outgrow people, or they're going to outgrow you, right? Happens both ways. If you're not following your journey, if you're not actually doing what you need to do to make your new year 2021 the best ever, right? Start now. Just follow your plan. Meditation by Steve Noble. Trust me. Talking out loud to spirit, your spirit guide, your guardian angels. You don't need to know names, right? That's so 3D. So third dimensional. Well, how do I know who I'm talking to? You don't need to know who you're talking to. It could be Joe Schmo number 55, right? And then you got another Joe Schmo 54, and a Joe Schmo 53, and a Joe Schmo 52, and a Josie Schmo, right? It doesn't matter who you're talking to, because they interchange. Yeah, right? You could be talking to an archangel without even knowing it, right? In a reading this morning, which was fabulously wonderful, that I saw the person's husband with angels on both arms, lifting him up the 10 stairs to spirit. That's how he got there a year ago. What they wanted to show me, right? Again, we all have angels around us all the time. We have fairies around us all of the time, right? They just not, hey, Joni, I didn't see you there. And so we have to understand that we don't have to see them. We just have to know that they're there, right? They are. The woman yesterday I talked to, she said, well, my husband from a year ago, but he's with you all the time. I felt that, but I wasn't sure. Really? Really? Hell, I'm clairvoyant. My parents have been here all the time. You guys have seen my freaking grandparents show up. My grandparents have never shown up ever in my mind's eye, right? They only show up for coaching for the soul, right? Because they want to be seen. And I'm in my dining area, right? The kitchen is to the left. Well, they always congregate in the kitchen. Why? Because humans congregate in the kitchen because there's food. Ever notice that? Yes. See? So they're around you all the time. People who passed away, understanding that if they weren't the best humans on the planet, they are not bad souls when they're in spirit, right? But understanding that you have the guardian angels are always available, right? Call them freaking in. That's what they're there for, right? Right? They are these amazing beings that are able to shoot you whatever you have to have, right? Your spirit guide, your guardian angels, I talk about that all the time. They're yours. No one else's, but yours. See? Knowing that that you have angels that are, not guardian angels, but angels that are there, right? I'm seeing them now. They're in my house right now, right? There's one there and one there. And they're floating in the air. This one has a harp. I don't know what that's about, right? But if you see twinkles in your face, and those are your fairies, and they're trying to get you to go, okay, spirit, why am I seeing twinkles in front of my eyes, in front of my face? What is that about? They're trying to get you to express what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what you're knowing. Because as you go on that journey, guess what happens? They give you more and more of that stuff. You know about Hansel and Gretel, right? He loves that. He loves to use this analogy. They're trying to lead you where they need you to go by putting breadcrumbs on the ground, right? Just follow the breadcrumbs. Talk out loud. Tell them what you see. Tell them what you don't see. Don't say, okay, Spirit, I need you to give me a sign. They're going to laugh at you. They'll give you a sign when you're not wanting it as a human in third dimension, right? But when you're casually going out your day and all of a sudden you see a flash of light in front of your eyes, or all of a sudden you hear something in your head, right? Chimes. They know. They know when to give you what they need to give you, and you need to exclaim out loud, okay, Spirit, what the hell is that? What is that about? Right? Why am I feeling this here in my chest? What's my gut trying to tell me, Spirit? What is that? What is that about? And trust me, they will give you the answer eventually. But the more that you do that, the easier you are to lead. Just about, right? We have free will. The negative thing about free will is we'll screw something up if we possibly can. And they know that. They know that about us, right? See? It is all about understanding that we are our champion, right? We're also our worst enemy. And being our champion is more important. And standing in that and understanding that you're the most important person in the world because you are. And of course, your children, right? Your partner, things like that. Your dog, in my case, right? Bailey's very important to me. But daddy comes first. See, not just because I'm a human. Because I have to be okay for him to be okay. You have to be okay if you have kids so they can be okay. Right? Do not yell at your children. Do not yell at your children. I'm telling you straight up right now, do not yell at your children. They do not understand your frustration. They understand that if they're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old, whatever it is, they're looking at you going, I've been on this planet for 8 years. You've been on the planet for 25 or 30 years. Why? What is that? I don't know what that is. You're teaching them to either resent you. You're teaching them that their bodies are trying to understand, what's the anger? Why are you snapping at me? Why are you hitting me? No. Understand there's an old soul inside that human body. I'm telling you. They're not children. They're souls that have come back to Earth to learn another lifetime. They're not brand new. They just don't have the vocabulary yet, and their brains have not matured enough yet to use their soul journeys of the past. That is amazing, Spirit. That is freaking amazing. Because it's true. That is so cool. I'm going to have to watch this again to be able to put that in something. But that's true. Do not yell at your children. They're not brand new babies. They're not brand new souls, right? And just because your parents did that to you doesn't mean, and I turned out okay, no, you didn't turn out okay. You're pretty jacked up. We're all jacked up from our parents not knowing. Okay? And I hope you understand that we have to protect our children. Because guess what, guys? They're the ones that have to maneuver in fourth dimensional energy and beyond. Fifth dimensional energy is right around the corner. Okay? So you're saddling them with third dimensional muck. Why? Just because you got okay, you believe you're okay with it. No, you're not. You have baggage up to your butt, and and eventually you're gonna get rid of it, or you're gonna carry it into your next lifetime. Because it stays with you, baby. It don't drop off when you die. It's waiting for you when you get back. Yep. Unless you get rid of it when you're getting ready to pass. But it's not worth that, right? It doesn't work. You know? So Kathy says, where do I get books on the Pleiadians? Oh, just Google it. Okay? Because the Pleiadians actually have a constellation in the sky with Orion. And that is where they believe many of the beings on Earth came from. The seeds came from in meteors and things like that. Yeah, it's very deep. Yeah, it's very, very, very deep. But I did that meditation just because I was called to do it, so I did it. Yeah. So anyway, guys, it is a little bit after 4, but I want to wish everybody a happy New Year. Okay, give yourself a break. Have yourself a good time this weekend. Stay safe. Okay. 2021 is not that far away, right? But 8 hours away, which is awesome. Hey Trisha. And tomorrow's a brand new year, brand new life, and a brand new decade, you guys. So we have 9 more years in this decade, and what a decade it's going to be. So I'll be back next Thursday, but please learn how to love yourself, okay? Learn how to take care of yourself. Talk out loud to your spirit guides and guardian angels. Ask them for support. Ask them for love. Ask them for whatever. I need you to help me with this. That is the best thing that you can say to your spirit guides and guardian angels in the universe is, I need you to help me with this, because human does not do it enough. Okay? So, namaste, everybody. I will see you next Thursday for Coaching for the Soul.